Hello, Algebra 2 students. For Fry, you're looking at the absolute value functions. You're going to get something beautiful like this if you end up using colors. The colors do help, identify what's going on here. Calculator-wise, go on and use Desmos. That's Desmos.com. You could use a absolute value transformation. If you just use any Desmos calculator, the way you get to the absolute values is you click on down here, you show the keypad, and then, would be your absolute value. So you would, click on that whenever you are doing an absolute value. So if I was to start a new one, and I want to do the absolute value of something, I click on the keyboard and I do an absolute value of, let's say, like we just type in, x minus 2. And then I click the absolute value again, and then I'd go over here, and the new set of lines would be over here. X minus 2, that's actually the green one that I did right here. And then you're going to find out how these are transformations. You could take a look at the ones that I did, and I did do them in the colors. So my red one, the first one, the parent function is on there and it's in black. It's just the one that comes from up here, goes down to the origin and then goes up, right? So this red one right here, that's that first one. When you do f of x equals, and this is the only part that you're going to type in to your Desmos calculator, by the way, just absolute value of x plus 2. What happens is, what you'll see is x plus 2 moves it back, moves it to the left 2 places, and it looks just like this one, but it's over here 2 places, okay? And it goes, your slope on this side is coming down 1 over 1, and your slope on this side is going up 1 over 1, all right? You'll see my orange, whenever I just have my absolute value of x minus a number, you're just going to move vertically, you're going to move down 7, so it comes down 7, and then my slope stays the same, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1 on this side, and it's going to be down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1 on this side until you get to that negative 7. Whenever you're multiplying by something on the outside, you'll see that it's going to, if it's greater than 1, it's going to be compressing it. It's going to be, making that come together. So, on this side, I have a slope of up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and then I have down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1 on that blue one. The green one, within here, this kind of goes along with the red one. I added 2. Remember, I went left 2, so I'm subtracting 5. So that means from the origin, I'm going to move to the right 5, and you'll see that here. From the origin, I actually moved to the right 5, and then I still have my same slope, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And these are all showing up on that Desmos calculator I showed you at the beginning. And then when you have this, when it's, in between, 0 and 1, you'll notice that it expands it out. So this is like your slope. It's going to be up 1 over 2 in each direction, and down 1 over 2 also. So the purple actually is like a purplish pinkish. So, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2 from the origin. And going to the origin, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Okay, that's that purple one. If you want to pause this, take a look at this and use the key, you can do that too at any time. This one kind of goes along with the orange. Remember, when I subtracted 7, I just went down vertically 7. I'm going to go up. I'm adding 5, so I'm going up 5. So from the origin, so I go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I go up 5. And then, I have the same slope as the original one, the parent function, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and this one's, it corresponds with this green, so it's going down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And then the brown, actually I have as a pencil, because I didn't have brown with me. whenever, you have the inverse of the parent function, which the parent function was just the absolute value of x. Okay, the parent function was just this, by the way, in case you're not knowing. It was just absolute value of x. But the inverse of that function is just going to be flipped upside down. So that's this in pencil, just flipped upside down. Okay. So when you're explaining, you're supposed to compare the following colors and make a statement about how the equation relates to the transformation of the graph compared to the parent function. Remember, the parent function was, just the absolute value of x. So when I added 2 to that x inside the absolute value bars, I went left 2. And it looked the same, I just shifted it left 2. When it was green, the green one up here, subtracting 5. Subtracting 5 meant I moved it right 5. Okay? When I multiplied it by 2, you try these, you try to explain what's going on. This is a great worksheet on explaining this. The slope, I changed the slope of it. It became steeper by 2, 2 over 1. So coming in, it was negative 2 over 1, and going out, from the y-intercept, it was going up 2 over 1. So it was a compression, squeezed it together. This one, the slope changed from coming in, it was a negative 1 over 2, and going out, it was a 1 over 2. It expanded it, opened it up. So you describe those over here too, and you're using those colors, yellow, orange, from the previous side, and you're just explaining what happens, and you could just pause that and take a look at it. Vertically went up, vertically went down, horizontally left, horizontally right, compression, expansion, inversion, meaning, like the reflection of it. And down here, they have a couple things for you to try. Try those on your own. So hopefully that helps explain that a little bit. Use that Desmos calculator. It will be of great help.